The competition has ended. It's currently Saturday afternoon. So this will be almost certainly the final blog of the competition, which is sad. Um, we've just seen the overall playoffs. Ken Endo of Japan won, definitely not for the first time. Um, he had a lead of, I think he scored about 7,500 points. The next closest scored about 6,000 points. So he was 25% better than everybody else. And then the way it worked was there was a final with the top three and somebody else that had come through some other playoff rounds. But they all started with staggered starts and they had to solve five puzzles. And Ken whizzed through the first four and then spent about 25 minutes stuck on the last one. But because he had such a big lead overall, time wise, he managed to eventually finish that and become the new champion. Um, Prasanna Seshadri of India and Thomas Luo of America were second and third. I think they were second and third in that order. Thomas was ahead of Prasanna going into the playoffs. In that final playoff, neither of them finished before they ran out of time. Prasanna got four correct answers first, so I think that means that he becomes second. But because they did actually both get four correct answers out of five in total, it's possible that I'm wrong and Thomas was actually second. But those two are definitely on the podium, either way round, which I'm pretty sure is a first podium position for both of them. Definitely is for Thomas because this is his debut performance, so that's a pretty good result. So that's the overall individual standings. As I said yesterday, I was joint 20th overall, official rankings. James from the UK was joint 20th with me, and then he actually went into the wildcard competition that I think I mentioned yesterday. Only one person from each country qualified for that. He did really well, to be fair. So, well, he won the wildcard competition, which gave him an entry into the playoff competition for the overall rankings. He got knocked out at the start of the playoffs for the overall standings, but that's just because he had a massive time deficit to make up, so not a lot he could have done. But yeah, obviously he did well to win 3 or 4 matches in the wildcard round to win that. So even though obviously I'm disappointed it wasn't me that took that position, he made the most of it. The other thing that's happened today, we had a team round first up, which was a tournament. So it worked exactly the same way as the Sudoku tournament team round. I think I went into some details on that the other day, but maybe I didn't. But anyway, the point is, you've got a team of 4, you're facing another team of 4. Your top solver goes against their top solver. Second best on the UK goes against second best on your opponent, and so on. And you just play 4 head-to-heads. Whoever submits first wins, unless you're wrong, in which case you automatically lose, or you don't solve, in which case it's a draw. So we had some 4-0 wins. We had a 4-0 defeat to Japan A, which is to be expected. Everybody played 5 matches in sort of a semi-round robin. Obviously there's about 30-odd teams, so it's not a full round robin, but you played 5 games against people of varying difficulties based on the overall rankings from the previous days. And then at the end of that, the top 16 teams qualified. So we were one of the top 16 teams with our 4 wins and 1 defeat. We were that was actually only good enough for I think 12th seeds, maybe 11th seeds. So we had a tough fixture in the last 16, but we just about won that. So we played Slovakia A. We actually drew 2-2, but we won on the tiebreak. So even though I lost to James on the other tiebreak, I'm glad that we managed to win this tiebreak. So that was pleasing because they were obviously a higher seed than us, so it was nice to beat them. And then we lost to the Americans 3-1, I think it was, in the next round. So they went on to reach the final, so losing to them in the quarterfinal was no disgrace in that. The fact that we got 1 point is more than many people would have guessed, based on the seedings anyway. Their third player was 16th, which was higher than both me and James. So yeah, it was a tough fixture, but they were all going to be tough fixtures at that stage. So yeah, we did okay in the teams. I think that would have meant we moved up a little bit in the team standings overall, but I've not seen final results for that. Video size limit almost reached, so I'm about to end this video. That's a sad way to end. I'm going to have to cut it off sooner than I might have done, but you'll probably be glad that I'm not rambling on for ages. That's everything that's happened.